15-Minute Mondays, your kickstart to week high-energy 15-minute episode on the Success Blueprint. I'm your host, Daniel Greg Johnson. Let's get right into it. Hello everybody, welcome back on the Success Blueprint. It is 15-Minute Monday time. Today we talk about your personality that might be a trauma response that got promoted to identity. And the reason why is this is a powerful one. I really looked into this for a bit and I hope that you enjoy it. There's a moment in adulthood when you realize some of the things you proudly call your personality may not have started as personality at all. They may have started as protection. A way to stay safe, useful, in control, loved, or just less likely to become a problem where your needs felt costly. Some people call themselves independent when they are afraid to need anyone. Some call themselves easygoing when they are terrified of conflict. Some call themselves driven when stillness makes them feel worthless. And some call themselves strong because they never felt safe enough to fall apart. Here's the difficult part, tribe. These patterns may have worked. They may have helped you survive certain rooms, relationships, families, seasons, and pressures. This is not about shaming the version of you that adapted. That version did something heroic with very little support. The danger is not having protective patterns. The danger is building an identity around survival strategies you no longer need. So what's the problem here? The problem begins when protection becomes branding. You stop saying, "This is how I learned to cope," and start saying, "This is just who I am." That sounds harmless, but it can lock a person inside old survival logic. If independence is your identity, asking for help feels like weakness. If being easygoing is your identity, saying no feels like aggression. And if being driven is your identity, rest feels like failure. This is how a survival strategy becomes a life script. It decides how close people can come, how honest you are allowed to be, how much support you can receive, and how much of your real self gets hidden behind a role that once protected you. Because the pattern is familiar. It feels like truth. That is the trap. Familiar does not always mean authentic. Familiar sometimes means rehearsed, inherited, or repeated so often it gets mistaken for identity. What's the cost here? What is the currency that we're bleeding, tribe? The cost of living from an old protective identity is subtle at first. You may still look functional, successful, respected, and admired. In fact, many survival identities are rewarded by the world. The overachiever gets praised, the people pleaser gets called kind, the emotionally unavailable person gets called independent, and the conflict avoider gets called peaceful. But internally, something starts to ache. You become tired of being praised for the same pattern that is quietly costing you your wholeness. You become tired of being the strong one, the reliable one, the calm one, the capable one who never asks and never breaks. You wonder why being admired still leaves you feeling unseen. And that is because people may be applauding your coping mechanism, not meeting your real self. They may love the version of you that is convenient, controlled, or emotionally inexpensive. If you are not careful, you keep performing that version because it has always kept you safe. And the deepest cost here is mistaking adaptation for authenticity. You believe you are choosing the life, the pace, the distance, and the silence, when actually you are still obeying an old rule. Do not need too much. Do not trust too much. Do not disappoint. Do not be a burden. Do not feel too loudly. Then the question becomes uncomfortable. Is this my personality or the version of me that learned how to avoid pain? But fear you not, I will give you a 5-step toolkit how you can counter-stir that. Number 1, notice the identity sentences. Start listening for the sentences that begin with, "I'm just the kind of person who." "I'm just independent." "I'm just easygoing." "I'm just a perfectionist." "I'm just bad at asking for help." "I'm just someone who handles things alone." That's a couple of examples. Those sentences reveal where a pattern has been promoted to identity. Instead of accepting them immediately, ask, "When did I become this kind of a person?" And then ask, "Did I choose this or did I learn it because it kept me safe?" That question alone can loosen the grip of an old role. Number 2, track the reward system. Every protective pattern has a reward. People-pleasing may earn approval. Overworking may earn recognition. Emotional distance may prevent rejection. Perfectionism may reduce criticism. Do not only ask what a pattern costs you, ask what it gives you. People rarely repeat patterns that give them nothing. Once you understand the reward, you can meet the same need without staying trapped in the old behavior. Step number 3, separate the gift from the God. Most survival patterns contain a real strength. Independence may contain resilience. Drive may contain ambition. And calmness may contain emotional discipline. Sensitivity may contain awareness. The goal is not to destroy the pattern. The goal is to separate the gift from the God. The gift is the part that serves your life now. The God is the part that still behaves as if the old danger is present. Keep the gift, thank the God, then stop letting the God run the whole house. Number 4, practice one opposite in small doses. If your pattern is never needing anyone, practice making one small request. If your pattern is avoiding conflict, practice one honest sentence. If your pattern is overworking, practice stopping before exhaustion. And if your pattern is fixing everyone, practice listening without rescuing. Do not try to reinvent yourself overnight. That's overwhelming. Start small. Show yourself that the old rule can be broken without your world falling apart. And number 5, build an identity based on choice, not fear. The aim is not to become a completely different person tribe. The aim is to become freer inside the person you already are. That means your behavior should come from choice, not fear. You can be independent and still receive help. And you can be kind and still have boundaries. You can be driven and still rest. A mature identity has range. It responds to the present instead of obeying the past. And what's the deeper meaning here? Why is this so important? Why was this important for me? The deeper meaning is that healing is not always about becoming someone new. Sometimes it's about returning ownership to parts of yourself that were exiled for safety. The needy part, the angry part, the playful part, the tired part, or the tender part. The part that wants to be held without having to earn it. This is not about blaming your past or diagnosing yourself into a corner. What is important here is recognizing that human beings adapt. And sometimes those adaptations become so successful that nobody notices the person underneath, not even you. There is grief in this realization. You may grieve how long you had to be strong, how early you learned to manage the room, or how many years you spent performing peace while swallowing the truth. But there is also freedom here, tribe, because what was learned can be interrupted. You are allowed to ask whether the identity that protected you still deserves authority. Let me give you a real-life example here. One person says, I've always been independent, but when they slow down, they realize independence became their armor after people repeatedly disappointed them. They do not actually hate support. They just stopped believing support would stay. And another person might say, I'm just easygoing. But the truth is that they feel panic whenever someone is upset with them. Their calmness is not always peace. Sometimes it is a negotiation with fear, a way of disappearing before conflict can reach them. And let me give you some advanced strategies here. The first advanced strategy is to ask for feedback from people who experience you safely and honestly. Ask someone who cares about your freedom. What part of me do you think I overuse? That question can reveal the strength that has become a cage. The second strategy is to watch your body, not only your story. Your mind may say, I'm fine, while your jaw tightens, your stomach drops, or your chest closes. The body often tells the truth before the identity is ready to admit it. And the third strategy is to rewrite one identity sentence. Instead of saying, I handle everything alone, say, I learned to handle things alone, but I'm practicing supported strength. Instead of saying, I hate conflict, say, I'm learning that honesty can be safe with the right people. Language matters, tribe, because identity follows repeated instruction. And let me give you your weekly challenge this week. Choose one identity sentence you use often and investigate it. Ask where it came from, what it protected, what it still gives you, and what it now costs you. Then choose one small opposite action. Make the request, say the honest thing, rest without earning it. Let one person meet a version of you that is a little less defended. Do not turn this into a dramatic reinvention. Make it a quiet interruption, one small act that proves you are not trapped inside the role that once protected you. And that's it, tribe. A quick one, a powerful one for you. Let us not forget before we close to say a special thank you to our sponsor, Doc Marty Mushrooms, for supporting this episode and the work we do here on the Success Blueprint. If you are building a life that demands clearer thinking, better energy, and more consistent performance, then please, tribe, take care of the body and mind that carry the ambition every day. I just came off Matrix, and it was a beautiful product that helps with my memory, my cognitive abilities. I get so sharp and focused, it's incredible. And with research and constant studying, this has helped me so much. And if you use the discount code DAN20, DAN20 at docmarty.com, you get a 20% discount on your first purchase. Marty has incredible products and they work. I've tested them and they are just powerful. Give them a try, you will see, and thank me later. Give yourself one more practical vote toward better health, focus, and follow through. And in closing, tribe, your protective patterns are not proof that something is wrong with you. They are proof that some version of you learned how to survive. Honor that, respect that, but do not confuse survival with destiny. You are indeed allowed to outgrow the armor without hating the person who needed it. You are allowed to keep the strength without keeping the prison. And you are allowed to be independent without being unreachable. Kind without being self-abandoning. Driven without being hunted. And calm without disappearing. The question is not, was this pattern useful? It probably was. The question is it still free? Because if your personality only gives you one way to respond, then it is not personality, it is programming. Maybe the work of your life is not to become more impressive. Maybe the work is to become more available to truth, love, support, rest, and the parts of yourself you buried because at one time burying them felt safer than being whole. Tribe, your future does not need better performance, it needs a freer you. And I hope that you have a fantastic week and I see you on Thursday on the Executive 5. That was me, Daniel Craig Johnson, your host on the Success Blueprint. With my promise, I'll be back. Take care.